Hey guys, I have not been on my book talk channel in forever, and I even believe this is my first video of 2025. I finally finished this bad boy, Edenville. I did not enjoy it at all. 1 out of 5 stars. It took me forever to get through. I did use Orcam, so basically it's something on your eyes, on your glasses you wear, and it reads the text in the book, so you feel like you have the enjoyment of reading. This is about Cam, a writer, who is kind of a narcissist, and his girlfriend Quinn, who is kind of just with him but doesn't really love him. He's trying to be a successful author. He's not finding success. He wrote one book. He keeps having nightmares about
your father just died.
Goblin folk coming through a wooden tapestry, if that makes sense. A tapestry made out of wood. I don't know. And they have this, when they're like connected to this other realm of reality, they have this. He has pain in his head and like ectoplasm coming out of his eyes. Yeah, it sounds stupid because it is. Anyway, so they have like this reading that they go to, and writers go to and read portions of their poems or books, and he happens to be a writer there. Now there's a college at Edenville, a town in a rural area that's cursed, basically, by monsters.
It's not the same.
But anyways, one of the representatives, and all the monsters go to the college, apparently, in the literature department, of course. So this one book that he had that happens to be somewhat famous, they read, and they saw something in it that got hints of this other realm they're trying to contact or open. So they decided to pull a ruse and go to this poetry reading and just speak to his ego, because he's that easy. We love you. Okay, I'll be a teacher. So basically, this woman is offering him a teacher position in a literature program, only as a ruse. Sorry, I have a really but it's more interesting. Let me turn it down. So he's like, yeah, stroked his ego. But his girlfriend Quinn, I guess she's trying to be a strong feminist woman, but she's just kind of like lucky. Yeah, lucky. Has no plans, kind of like, I'm in this relationship, might as well stay until I find something better, basically. So anyway, they go to this college, and he meets the faculty, and they're all monsters, and they're all part of this cult, and they kill people, and they put random people, if they feel that they have like a psychic connection to this other realm of how to open this other dimension, and a thing called a bleeder. Basically, take out their eyes, pull out their tongues, and just keep them alive and torture them and get this ectoplasm out of their brain to see if they can get any clues on how to open this other dimension. Then Cam, the writer, I guess every time he writes, his writing kind of opens up a sliver of this portal, and he gets ectoplasm coming out of his eyes, and his eyes hurt. Anyway, so he finally figures out what the faculty are. Doesn't care, because, they think he's a great writer. Until they tell him he isn't. That they don't care about his writing. They just want his psychic premonitions through his writing to kind of figure out how to piece this tapestry together with different pieces of wood. Let me move to the end. So at the end, Cam dies. Everybody dies, but Quinn and this other young lady that was in the bleeder that he helped her escaped. She has no eye, she has no tongue, but at the end of this book, somehow, when she destroys the whole entire dimension trying to open everybody, all the monsters, there's a tongue slithering on the ground that she puts in the mouth of this girl, and it reconnects her, and she's able to speak, but still has no eyes. And they drive off. She burns the whole entire town down with Aviclear, very strong moonshine, and burn everything down. Oh yeah, and the college is covered with sunflowers that somehow don't really have a character in the story. even though it's prominent in the cover art. They just basically, it's ominous and they feel like they're looking at them. And when they burn the college down, they think they hear them screaming. But her and a girl that got a new tongue drove off to live their life. I hated this book. So usually in the beginning, when I first started my booktube channel, I said if I didn't like a book, I wouldn't buy it. I usually buy it in paperback, but this was in on sale, hardback. No surprise. So, but when I started this channel, I said if I didn't like a book, I would give it away. With the current administration, every written word is precious, especially in horror, especially scary stories. So even though I gave this a 1 out of 5, I'm not on Goodreads anymore either. There's certain social media I just don't participate in anymore, and they're one of them. But I'm not going to give this away. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to hoard books, because God only knows if book bans become true and they start taking books away. I want to have a secret stash. So people love this book. I just wasn't one of them. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't scary enough. It didn't hold my attention at all. It took me forever to get through this. Forever. My God. One of my goals is to become a reader again. When I was young and I had sight, I loved reading. I could read 5 books at a time. As I got into adulthood and start working, that drastically fell off. I hardly read. I listen to everything, even as a work camp. I wouldn't waste this with a magnifier in my own peripheral vision. It could have been an audiobook. So let's go ahead and see what the next book is. Get to Roxy. She's a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. Hi, Roxy. What book are we going to read? So, the next book. This is a series, so I hardly read series. I don't have the other 2 books. I think there's other 2 books in this series, but this is the first one. If I like it, I'll get the second one. But this is the next one on deck.